Homework is another contentious issue. Homework is fine and it's great and it's lovely when it goes well, but when it doesn't, it's the most disastrous thing anyone has ever invented. Children love it if they know and understand it, but equally if they're prepared for it, they have the space and the time and the support. We make a lot of assumptions about homework. Have a desk, have a pencil, have fresh water, have a quiet space. The reality is that not everyone has that. So when you're planning your homework in line with the homework policy of your school, think about your best case scenario, be aspirational, but also think about the child or the group of children that don't have what's required to effectively produce a good piece of homework. I had a set of twins in my class who didn't have what was required, so they did their homework with me. Not with me doing it for them or even with them, but I offered them the opportunity on a lunchtime after they'd had their lunch and run around with the football to come in for 20 minutes and do their work in the classroom. They would then have the pencils and the pens and the scissors and the glue sticks. Their home life was wonderful in so many ways, but it didn't foster for them to effectively learn and do their homework, just because it didn't. So rather than berate a family that are doing taking a different path than mine, just offer a solution. But let parents know what you expect. Reading. You want them to read 10-15 minutes. You want them to read with their parents. Well, what if the child doesn't want to? What if the parent isn't literate? What if there's not enough time and there's too much going on? So give guidance and support. Tell the families it's okay if they read to you while you're cooking, while you're clearing, while you're doing something else. It's absolutely fine. And say to the children it's all right to read by yourselves or to a sibling or a grandparent. Let them know what is okay and they will then be able to do it. Also suggest what open-ended questions are. We always say ask open-ended questions after you've read, but say to them what are they? Give them examples rather of what they are. What bit did you like? What's going to happen next? Who do you think the author is? And you can write these questions or you can explain them at the parents' conference, or you could do a workshop. Make sure you're very clear with homework. Make sure that you send home, if your school allows, the resources needed. I would do a pack with a pencil, a pen, a ruler and a rubber. Those packs get lost, they don't come back, but you know, it doesn't matter. Most children do have things at home, but some don't. How many times have you been caught on the phone at home and you needed to write something down and all you can find is a stubby pen or a Sharpie that's gone dry? It happens to the best of us. Just make sure you give the pupils all they need to be able to achieve and speak to the parents about it. Leave the packs on the table at the end of the parents' conference meeting. So if you'd like one or you need it, take one for your child. I wouldn't probably need to take one. I'm lucky I'm in a position where I wouldn't. But do you know what? Some would. And then it makes it available and open and then there's no shame. Homework marking as well. You've asked for the homework to be done. The parents have got it in on time. Make sure it's marked. Do a homework contract, what you expect from the children, their best work, their best handwriting, it to be done on time. From the parents, support if you can. And from you, I'll make sure it's marked, I'll make sure it's valued, and I'll make sure that it's done ability appropriate. This is the window into how you do things. They're scrutinising, the parents and the carers, they're scrutinising what you're giving for homework. They're looking at if there are any sanctions if children don't do. Well, we've covered that because you'll do supportive sanctions. And they're also looking for rewards for the children that do and do their best and do it to a high standard. So you need to just look at that. Think about all those three things. Mark as you would in line with the marking policy at school. And let the parents know that you value the homework, or they will stop supporting their child and the child will stop wanting to do it. Once you've done that, you can then have homework of the week, or you can have on Parents' Evening a display of the homework and the styles and the quality that you like and is acceptable. And then parents have a measure. You don't have to let the name of the child be known, but you could have a range. So you could say to the parents, this is the standard that we expect for homework. That's the best way. The best way for me of changing what I do is seeing someone do something better or different than me and thinking, my gosh, my expectations were actually quite low. Now I can see how it's done. and apply the same rule to the families.